Hello, my name is Victoria Harris, and I will be covering the topic Intimate Relationships Form the Fabric of Society, pages 26 through 28 from Bradbury and Carney's Intimate Relationships. To what extent are intimate relationships truly private? Most people think of intimate relationships as private rather than public. Consider the following examples. A couple in your apartment building argues, disrupting neighbors' lives and using up valuable police resources. Children upset by troubles at home take attention away from the teacher and disrupt learning time. Long-term happy couples might lead longer, healthier lives and be less of a burden on the healthcare system. These effects accumulate over time. Social control theory helps explain the link between intimate relationships and the broader social impact of individuals' actions. Social relationships organize and regulate how individuals behave such that fewer, weaker, or poorer relationships increase the occurrence of deviant behavior. This regulatory effect occurs because relationships encourage individuals to internalize and abide by societal norms, in part because people incur personal costs and sanctions when these norms are violated. This chart shows an example of intimate relationships and adherence to social norms. Data on cocaine use collected from about 33,000 men show how relationship transitions are related to deviant behaviors. Cocaine use increases only among men who transition from being married to being divorced. In contrast, cocaine use decreases as people become more committed in their relationship. Particularly for divorced men who remarry, results for women are similar but less dramatic because they tend to use less cocaine than men do. This video explains the effect of single parenthood on women's economic mobility.
And given that women now need to get the reason why so many children are numbered among the poor is because of the feminization of poverty. It's become increasingly difficult in the U.S. to raise a family with one income. You really need two incomes at this point in order to survive. And what we find is that as people are, what's happened over the course of the last 30 or 40 years is that people are less likely to get married, or they get married later on in life. They're more likely to divorce, and they're less likely to remarry after divorce. And what that means is that there are a lot more single women than there used to be. So there are a lot fewer two-parent families that would have supported the children in these families. The men leave, women tend to have custody or primary custody of the children. And it becomes difficult then, once you do have a divorce, women tend to experience downward mobility and men tend to experience upward mobility. The extent of the decline for women and the improvement for men is in question. But we do know that the trajectories after divorce are drastically different by gender. And so what happens is that women then tend to enter into poverty, or far more likely to enter into poverty than men are, and they take the children with them. And in cases where, and given that women now are less likely to get married than they were in the past and are still having kids, what happens is that they're entering poverty with their children, and so it increases the likelihood of children themselves being in poverty. So it's really, you can't.
Ultimately, when relationships dissolve, the accumulated costs to society are high. The key point in presenting these figures is not to suggest that ending a relationship is always bad. Few of us would oppose a divorce in which either partner was physically or verbally abusive. Intimate relationships, whether they function well or poorly, are the strands and knots that comprise the very fabric of our society.